Welcome into This Week in Golf at Blue Rock Golf Course. I'm your co-host, Matt Pitta, and hey, we're glad to have you back. A new season, 2026, for This Week in Golf. This is a social media series that we launched last year here at Blue Rock Golf Course to give you an update on what's going on every week in the world of golf and to tell you what's happening at this very beautiful course right behind me, Blue Rock Golf Course. And summer is officially here, so it's time to relaunch the program for 2026. Nick Wiseman is back with us, our PGA Pro.
Glad to be back.
And boy, we picked a hot day as we're sitting here. It's a hot day to be doing our first program, Nick, but we're so happy the weather's here, right?
Summer is here.
Right?
Yeah.
And people can see behind us. People often ask, hey, do you guys put a fake green screen or something behind you? It just looks so perfect back there, but this is Blue Rock Golf Course.
This is our home.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of big announcements this year to kick off 2026, our golf season, including the addition of Peter, because we have just launched what has very quickly become the premier place to get custom golf club fittings on Cape Cod. We ramped this thing up, and now we're really becoming the go-to place. So Nick, let's get into that. Introduce Peter and tell folks what this is about, why we got into this, and what the whole program is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. So Matt, as you know, one of the things that we want to do at Blue Rock is really get people to understand that this is a wonderful place to learn. Right now, as a wonderful place to learn, we want to improve, and there's a couple different ways that we can improve our golf game. One, by our swing and by our motor patterns, right? How we move our body. And two, by our equipment. If we're swinging something that's too light or too long, if we're starting to make compensations, if our bodies are forced to make compensations in the golf swing because the club is just not right for the individual, then we have to change the equipment, right? The equipment is a lot easier to change than the individual, so we want to approach at it in both different angles, and that's where we brought in Mr. Peter Finnegan over here.
So tell us about this. We're doing custom club fittings. What does that mean? Like, tell the viewer, the listener, what is that all about?
Yeah, there are a variety of different parameters of the golf clubs that we can change, right? Not just the grip, the shaft, the weight of the shaft, how the shaft is flexing, right? The angles of the golf club, the lie angles, the lofts, etc. There are a number of different things that we can change to the golf club. So in order to get fit, so to speak, in order to have a set of clubs that matches your particular body, we go through a process for that. So we all know that clubs are expensive. Let's just call a spade, right? It's an expensive world right now, and clubs are expensive. So we're not asking you to spend double the price on a set of clubs. What we are asking you is that if you are going to make that investment, make sure you do it right. A set of clubs that are designed for you lasts a heck of a lot longer in your garage, in your car, and you're ready to go out and play than one that you just buy off the rack. So it's not a significantly more expensive set of clubs. It's just a set of clubs that are tailor-made to you, whether it's the size, whether it's the weight, whether it's the shape, whether it's the shaft and the flexibility of the shaft. These are all things that your PGA professional, Mr. Peter Finnegan here, is going to measure. That way you have the confidence, the peace of mind to go into your next swing.
Peter, welcome to Blue Rock. Welcome to This Week in Golf, our weekly show here throughout the summer. So Nick brought you on board here just to give an overview of who you are and what you're all about. So again, give us the overview. What are these club fittings about, and what's the message you want to get out there to folks that they may think, well, do I really need custom clubs, or I don't need them, but it's something you should consider.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like Nick mentioned, a lot of parameters. First of all, I'd like to just say how happy I am to be here at Blue Rock. I'm a 25-year PGA professional, PGA member. We've just done some great things here with the New England PGA, with the junior programs here. We also have we also can fit juniors as well. Let's not forget about that. We fit through US Kids. But getting back to your question, using the three vendors that we currently have in our house here is Mizuno, Callaway, and Titleist. So we're very happy to have all three of them here. All three of them have the availability to fit anyone. Titleist now has the ability to fit women. Mizuno has the ability now to fit women, and Callaway always has. So when you bring those elements in, and you're playing and you're thinking about, well, maybe my equipment is my problem. And if you're a lady just getting into golf, and let's say your husband handed you an old set of his clubs. There's your typical situation where if she just had a lighter club, more flexible club, she could be able to use the loft correctly on her irons and her hybrids and her fairway woods and get the ball airborne. That's all really we're just trying to do, and that's part of the academy as well, making you a better player. So, but not just looking at that. Let's say you're an accomplished 12 handicap and you're just hitting the ball very, very high. You can't understand why. You've had some instruction, you've seen a fantastic instructor like Nick or an instructor like myself, and you just can't get that ball flight down. Oh, well, we're looking at a 12 handicap that swings the club at 88 miles an hour for a 7-iron and is playing 105 gram steel shafts. For a fitter, that's the first giveaway. We're playing a super lightweight shaft, the ball's going to go straight up in the air. So if we can get that little heavier shaft, maybe a little tighter stiffness, that ball flight comes down. So those are the kinds of things that are in a very simple way of evaluating a club fitting. Now, obviously, we're going to be doing driver fittings, fairway woods fittings, hybrid fittings, wedge fittings, and eventually putter fittings. So that's all going to be part of it. Yep.
So you can get club fittings at the big boxes, right? Things like that. But what is going to be setting us aside from going to a place like that and just doing it that way? There's definitely an advantage to go with our program now.
Okay, well then if you were to ask yourself the question, if you went to a big box, for example, and you ordered yourself up a set of clubs, how many text messages, how many emails are you going to get after that order that's going to bring you up to speed on when your clubs are arriving, when they're going to get here, if there's any problems, if there's a delay? The one thing about Blue Rock is what I'm bringing to this situation is the personal service, the personal attention to their order. That they're just not walked into a big box and are just another number. They just go in there and just get another set of clubs from another associate. Might have not have seen a PGA Pro. Maybe your fitting wasn't that great. Maybe it was. I worked for a big box retail for 7 years, so I know exactly how they operate. And that's the little bit of things that we're going to change with our fitting programs here. The personal service, the personal attention, the personal information for your order. And making sure that we're not going to sell you anything that you don't need.
Right.
If you're a lady that's just looking, I only need a 7-iron and a 9-iron right now. Let's just order those.
So you can do that.
Of course you can.
That's good to know that I'll almost call it an a la carte, right?
Yeah.
Someone comes in and says, I just need new drivers, I'm not driving well, etc. They can get specific to that. You don't have to do the whole bag.
No, you do not.
Expenses, we're not talking about a much bigger expense than going to the boxes to do this, are we?
Or less.
Yeah.
Or less.
Yeah. Think about it. The clubs will last longer in your bag, right? So you're not spending as much. I mean, how many times have you seen somebody walk into a big box store, take a couple of putts and say, "Ooh, I think I can drain it." And then 2 weeks later, they're going, I don't know how to drain it anymore. Can't putt. Exactly. So, in all that fact, now Peter said something really, really important there, and this is both how we teach and how we fit. It's unique to that individual. What works well for you might not work well for us. And us as PGA professionals are trained to be able to see the differences within people, whether it's by your swing or whether it's by your equipment. And that's why we want you guys to get better.
How do people get involved? Maybe they just need some information first.
Yeah.
What do we want them to do to get info about the new Blue Rock Golf Academy custom club fittings here?
Yeah, you'll notice that this year in the second year of kind of redeveloping the Golf Academy, you'll notice that website's changed quite a bit. You'll notice that we've added a lot more clinics. We've added a lot more junior stuff, PGA Junior League, PGA Junior camps as well, and it's all on that website. So if you go to www.bluerockgolfcourse.com, you'll be able to see under the Academy page a whole listing of things. You'll see club fitting, you'll see club repair that Peter takes care of. You'll see junior stuff, adult stuff. We added more clinics for the adults and more options with our other PGA professional, Kevin Esco, as well, for private lessons, semi-private lessons, group instruction. So to be honest with you, I would be surprised this year if you don't find something that you're looking for, because it's as big of an option as we've really ever provided.
All right, so there's a lot going on here at Blue Rock. We're sitting here putting our first episode of This Week in Golf together for 2026 on the first week of July. You can tell it's pretty warm out there. We're heading into the 4th of July weekend. So we'll be back with each week throughout the summer, and we've got a lot more to talk about as we go through the next couple of weeks. We've got a lot of big events coming up. Our parent-child event will be coming up. We've got a lot going on here at Blue Rock, so we'll talk about it with each week. But we just wanted to kick off the 2026 season and introduce Peter, talk about our club fitting program, and really have you consider that as an option. Guys?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for having us.
me here today, Matt.
This is going to be a fun summer.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us on the first edition for 2026 of This Week in Golf. We'll see you in a little bit.